Hello, welcome to Keep It Dirty, a podcast where my guests share the why behind their personal story, living functionally through our ever-changing environment and how they are impacting our world locally and globally. I am your host, Leslie Dowling, a certified functional nutrition and lifestyle practitioner and public speaker, helping companies jumpstart their path to increase revenue and productivity through restorative health techniques. And it is a pleasure to welcome my guest, me. Yes, me, Leslie Dowling. I love having guests on my platform. As a little girl, I always wanted to know the why behind people's story and their journeys in lives and their paths to what they're doing. I was always fascinated just listening to people and just envisioning how and why they did or do what they do today. So I thought to myself, I had an epiphany thinking, well, why don't I just speak on my Keep It Dirty podcast? So people can get to really know what I'm all about and the why behind my story. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet and simple. So many years ago, I had my mother's mother was born and raised in Italy on a farm. And when she moved to this country and she emigrated here, she always had the gift of nurturing and really embracing nature. And I remember when she came to visit us when we uprooted from New York to Pennsylvania as a teenager, she helped me plant a vegetable garden. And we would take long walks together near walking trails and parks where we live in Pennsylvania. And I was always very into the outdoors. I was the kid who would rather be climbing the trees and staying out for hours, just going through the forest and trails and biking. So I was always very active as a child, which evolved and morphed into high school and college tennis, which then morphed into me being an avid equestrian. And I always wanted to live optimally. Even as a little girl, I always wanted to just be healthy as possible, and be in a physical state of really optimal health. Why? I guess I could just attribute that to my grandmother. And then I had 3 boys. And as I grew and evolved, I just knew that the mental health, the physical health, and spiritual health of nurturing nature, I really wanted to instill that in my sons. And we would go hiking and biking and take trips out to Sedona, which is a very really cool area in the Boynton Canyons where we would go, and we still do. And I don't know if a lot of people know, not only am I certified as a functional nutrition and lifestyle practitioner, but I've always been into Reiki. I've been always very spiritual. And I do Reiki on horses. So being an avid equestrian and also into horses, I'm just very in tune with spirit, with who I am and why I am here on this planet. And it's really about me being the messenger as a public speaker, trying to empower others to live optimally. And for people just to understand that there are no quick fixes in life. So I know the hot phrase is biohacking. But I guess I've been biohacking all my life. As I am in midlife now, I think, and I know that I'm turning back the clock. So when I first started having my children, I was just really trying to empower myself, trying to eat healthy, but I never felt 100%. And at that point, I didn't know I had food sensitivities. I also had issues trying to conceive. And as I connected the dots and went back to school for functional health and nutrition, I realized that I had just low body fat, body mass. So that had issues with me trying to conceive, taking several years to have my sons. So as a queen of being the queen of analogies, as people tell me I am, I try to have people picture themselves in a state of mind that, unfortunately, here in America, we want quick fixes. We want the aha moment that we're going to lose that weight quickly. But how are we going to grow and evolve and get to a point of, I really want to live optimally and healthy for a lifetime? So I try to explain to people, well, say you are an attorney or you have your PhD in whatever you're doing, or even growing and evolving into a business that now you are overseeing people in management or having your business. That took time. And our mindset was, it will take time, but we're going to study, we're going to persevere. We know in our mind that it takes time to get and go up that ladder wherever we are. But at the end of the day, is that the way we think about our health and the food choices and navigating, trying to have that mental clarity and balance? Because we're all humans. Who is really perfectly in balance? I know I'm not. I'm always striving for that. People assume as a nutritionist that I am in pristine balance. I'm always trying to figure out, how can I get back and give to the community? How can I have that sense of community, which if you read, is it Michael Pollan, the Blue Zones, communities where people live a really long lifestyle. It's not only what we're eating, it's not only grounding with Mother Nature and nurturing our world around us and trying to preserve that, but it's also getting back to the roots of family, community, gathering with people. I mean, how awesome is it when you haven't seen friends and family in so long and you get together with them, you embrace them. As we grow, we have loved ones that pass, but that doesn't mean that we can't refocus and embrace individuals that are in the same boat as us. So really, there are ways to biohack. There are ways that we can reset the clock and turn back our biological versus our chronological age. So chronologically, we might be a certain age, but biologically, just like Dr. Mark Hyman, he is about 20 years younger than he really is, and maybe even more at this point. And he's figuring out how to do that, and he shares that to the world. So on a microcosm of a level, I am trying to be the messenger from my wealth of knowledge, my education, and my walk in life to share with others the way that I have done it. And it has taken many years. It has taken many years of me educating myself when I go into our supermarkets, that unfortunately there are over 500 food groups, products that are banned in the European countries that we still see on our shelves. Getting back to prepping, meal prepping, and making and preparing food that Mother Earth provides, eating in season. I know you're probably like, yes, I heard about this, but are we truly getting back to that? Are we truly understanding, and this is something else I'll be getting involved with the community and to everyone that's listening, the brain-gut connection. And that is that we have over 500 million nerve cells and neurotransmitters that are going back and forth like a highway to our brain and our gut. And our gut is, as we know, the second brain, which is pretty fascinating. And on a microbial terrain, we have to have a diversified amount of food groups that we are eating to create that terrain and environment in our gut to stay healthy and restore our vitality. So there's something called leaky gut syndrome, which I will touch upon. But as I am growing and evolving, Keep It Dirty, and inspiring others and having amazing guests on my platform, I will interject here and there, having myself on, sharing what I share to corporate and empowering individuals, and starting at the fundamental aspects of where we, as a child, met food? What was our relationship with food? And how did our family involve possibly sitting at the table, having mindful eating, chewing your food, digesting? We're always on this, let's go, gotta go, drop the kids off, have to go to soccer, wherever they need to go. And we have lost that time to sit, decompress, just be in the present moment of eating your meal. Maybe just doing a little bit of a deep breath before we start eating and getting our bodies in that rest mode. So I really appreciate the time, and I'm going to try to keep it at 10-minute intervals because I know people are always on the go. But I hope that what I shared with you has resonated in some form to maybe open up that door of, you know what, I am important and I should be my biggest cheerleader. And our body is this amazing vessel that we only get one shot in life to live this life. And why not put me first? Because if we can't put ourselves first, if we don't have self-love, self-worth, appreciation, then how are we going to nurture others? How are we going to embrace others to raise their vibrations to feel good? You want to be involved with people that make you feel good. It's like a blanket that you put around you on a stormy day and you just sit and decompress, say, with tea or something warm that you like to drink, hot cocoa, whatever it is. That's what we want with friendships, with relationships. And it takes time. It's always a work in progress. So just remember, you deserve it, and keep it dirty. Get back to Mother Earth. And when you have an opportunity, check out my Instagram, East West Functional Training. I will be posting some quick reels on tips and strategies to get through the day. And I hope you have an awesome day. Take care, everybody.